Good evening, this is Gavriel Jacknin, and welcome to Halacha Day number 1044. Halacha Day keeps the Yetzer Hara away, and we are continuing with the laws of blessings over wine and the blessing of Hatov Yametiv. Okay, so we're at the fourth halacha in this chapter. Just as bread, if eaten as part of a meal, exempts all sorts of food from a blessing, which is a very beautiful thing to do. Like, you don't know the blessing of other foods, so you make one blessing on that bagel and you're good to go. Or bread, or challah. You don't have to make a blessing on the rice or the vegetables. That one blessing covers everything. Desserts is a different question, but in general, the food that you're going to eat at the meal, no problem. So does wine exempt other beverages from a pre-blessing and from an after-blessing. But he qualifies this. This is so only if the beverages were before you at the time you said the blessing over the wine, or at the very least, it was your intention to drink those beverages. But if they were not before you, and it was not your intention to drink them, it is an unresolved question among the rabbis, the poskim, if you must say a blessing on them or not. So in other words, if I'm making a break guffin on the wine, and in front of me is soda, orange juice, no problem. I don't need to make a blessing on the orange juice or the soda. It's really the same blessing, shakol. That blessing of the wine exempts those other drinks. Or I say, hey, I'm making a blessing on the wine, and if soda or orange juice comes away, that'll also be exempt. That also works. But if I'm making a blessing over wine, and suddenly a friend of mine knocks on the door and says, hey, Gavriel, I brought some soda. Now, that was not on my mind at all to drink soda. Then it's not so clear what to do. So what do? Therefore, you should refrain from drinking them, those beverages, that soda that your neighbor brought over, until after you recite the after blessing on the wine. So first say the after blessing on the wine, then you can make the shakol on that new drink, or you may make the blessing shakol on some food and keep in mind to include those late arriving beverages. You can say, you know what, I'd like to have that soda just in case you take out a candy bar, which is a shakol. I'll make the blessing on the candy bar and have in mind the soda, and then you can have everything. And that was your halacha. Thanks for listening. Sponsor for your halacha 36-100 for the gold. See you tomorrow.